NDT.com. But right now, North Dakota Today is starting. I'm Lisa Vidot here with Chris Berg on this Wednesday morning. The temperature's starting to go in the right direction,
Yes.
so that's nice. Yesterday was pretty brutal. And looking ahead to the weekend for tailgating, the weather
Flip-flops.
looks really nice.
Yes.
You know, compared to the last game that was 11 in the morning, it was like, I don't know, 11 below, probably colder than that. So it looks like it's going to be a great weekend for some Bison football. Maybe not flip-flops, maybe.
I mean, compared to how it's been, that's the funny thing about living here. Like, remember, come springtime, we're all going to be like, ooh, 25.
I know, it's going to be hot. Oh my gosh, I have to roll down the windows. Yeah.
Like, oh, I can just go in a sweatshirt
Yep.
now, and it's 25 degrees outside. It's just because you get so frozen. So you may see some people this weekend. In fact, you are. There's going to be people out there that are going to have no shirts on, having a good time, just to sort of jump in the show.
I remember years past playoff games that, guys were like trying to show how tough they were and walking around with that. And it was really, really cold. And I was thinking, oh, you're going to regret that decision tomorrow. Right now, you're maybe not feeling it. That was like Friday night games. The Friday night games always get a little bit crazy. We didn't get one this year. That's all right. So this is the last stop before Frisco.
What's your gut say about this one?
I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm feeling really confident.
Okay, good.
So remember, the game is at 1 o'clock. We're playing Montana State. I think I've heard that their fans travel, so we're probably going to see some of them in town. Of course, our pregame show starts at noon, and that's going to be live as well. The Farmers Union Insurance Bison football pregame show starts at 12 noon. And it's the hottest ticket in town. More tickets went on sale this morning at 7 o'clock. So if you haven't, remember we were talking to Matt Larson, the NDSU AD, it's a lot of time, this is a busy time of year, but a lot of times people don't realize that they could go to the game. So if you're at home, you haven't got to go to some Bison games because they're tough to get tickets sometimes, this weekend might be the one to go to.
You might be able to get some ticks, and this is important to know, Bison Nation. The Montana State coach had his presser earlier this week, was starting to whine about the effects of the Fargo Dome. He's now trying to get the NCAA to have the semifinals games be in neutral sites because he thinks, oh, the Fargo Dome gives the Bison an unfair advantage. And I'm thinking, I hope everybody in that stadium knows that piece of the pie, that piece of the puzzle, and lets them know that, yeah, you know what, this is a pretty good place to play.
Let's do our part and be as loud as absolutely possible. On the other hand, I listened to some of it too, and he's like, we've been there before, we know how the Fargo Dome works. So, he's talking pretty confident, but...
Which he should, but I guess why even throw... Look, the chance of winning the Dome are very slim. Why throw that log on the fire and be like, oh, they have an unfair advantage at home?
Yeah, I know. It sounds whiny.
It's locker room talk. Yeah, it's like that guys are going to be in the locker room going, all right, let's just hope that our Bison fans show up and show him just the impact. I mean, I hope that they have like a gazillion false starts over the weekend because the audience is so loud.
I'm very excited. I had to miss last weekend's game, and I'm still a little heartbroken over that. So I'll be there cheering even louder.
Good.
On
I want
Saturday.
you back here. Oh, we don't have a show on. I was going to say with no voice.
We're going to do some best of, talking like this. So anyway, if you want to go, we have a link up at valleynewslive.com to get your tickets. You can also go to the gobison.com website, go to the Shack. They're selling them there as well. It's not like there's a ton of tickets, but I do think... I know a lot of friends who are celebrating Christmas this weekend.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like, everything's off a little bit with
the middle of the
later?
week and all that kind of stuff. It is kind of strange, and I'm kind of getting into Christmas mode, but I don't know if I'm still there. Maybe, once we get to the weekend, because then you can kind of just like, oh, okay, I'm good now for a little while. Maybe it'll fully hit me, but...
My kids have, I'm ahead of time. I took the day off last Friday and I wrapped all my presents, so I'm way ahead of the game on that. But my daughter and her best friend, Bailey and Anna, they're 7. They've been playing Christmas music and dancing to Christmas music. And I just love it. They're so excited. They, YouTube the Frosty and, Frosty the Snowman. And we made cookies yesterday. And they, there's more frosting on the cookies than actual cookie.
That's okay.
But so I feel like we are definitely in the Christmas spirit.
Did you make like reindeer cookies or Santa Clauses? Or what?
They were just round, but then they decorated them to look like reindeer. One was like Bailey said it was like Grinch's sister. So it was kind of a weird colored green. And so they're very creative. Kids are, they don't even need me to cut them out into something. They make it into something special. So I love it. I'm definitely living through them.
Did your dad, just a pause, did your dad, what did he say after the show from yesterday?
he said the whole day, yeah, I'm so proud of how our show turned out yesterday, celebrating our veterans and honoring the Honor Guard. If you didn't see it, you can watch it on our website, valleynewslive.com. He was very moved by everybody sharing their stories, and it was nice recognition, I think he said, too. I think everyone was just, especially looking at the video of those guys standing out there, it's just been brutal cold. We went out one day when it was, the high was below zero, and those guys, they didn't complain. They're out there, doing their thing. And
I love the gentleman that does taps, and he's like, look, so I'm not like an orchestra. I can't go out there and sort of warm up on tap. So sometimes it comes out beautiful. Sometimes the old bugle's a little cold. And
I hadn't thought about that, but playing taps when it's like 10 below, I would imagine.
Oh, just how your lips, you probably can't do what you normally do.
You can't hardly talk when your lips freeze, and he is. Tom was just incredible. I just met him that day, and then when I visited with him, I'm like, man, we need to feature you. And
yeah, you can tell he's got a really sweet spirit.
He was great. I mean, my dad was great. It's like every time he talks, a little bit more of the story comes out as well, from his time in Vietnam. And I also thought we visit with Dave Rice a ton, because of honor flight and stuff. And I thought he'd been kind of warmed up a little bit more too.
Well, and Dave was a gentleman who said that he had a chance to come back home to the States. He ended up staying for, what do you say, three and a half years
Pretty
in
incredible.
Vietnam. And I was like, wait a second, like everybody was itching to come home. Why? He goes, I was on this great ship. We had great people on the ship.
Great
and
people. That was a big.
Loved being there with them. And I thought, wow.
We need to do that more often.
Yeah.
Just kind of, we have our, we celebrate our veterans on Veterans Day, but just all year long, do a little extra something for them.
We should just do like an armed services segment, once a week or whatever, and just bring people in and talk, stories.
Because they have so many stories. We haven't even.
Well, the other thing with North Dakota, I think people forget we've got the Minot Air Force Base, the Grand Forks Air Force Base. We've got the Guard here in Fargo. They're doing missions all across the world. So, I mean, I've always said it, people you laugh, but we could literally secede from the country and be fine with everything we have from military to food to oil. It's like we could be our own country in and of itself.
Yeah, no, thank you for your service, and I thank all of the veterans who spent a little extra time with us. And
it was great.
Yesterday and through the last couple of weeks as well.
And Dave and you did a really nice job, shooting all that footage with the.
Dave Erickson, I know, I tried to give him some love. We did get it on yesterday, but our director of photography did an amazing job when I talked about the guys out there, the Honor Guard. Dave was also out there with bare hands getting he had multiple cameras. Set up, and then I should give credit, Michael, we had 2 photographers shoot, so several cameras going to get the aerials with the drone video.
Yeah,
and I
really
know
nice.
I was like, you guys need to see this from this view, because it just really is amazing. I love that we have drones here at Valley News Live.
We should do it in the spring or summer, because it was kind of hard to get a full, grasp of it because the snow is everywhere. You know what I mean?
Right. That's true. Well, they're going to be doing, and when we were talking to Jason Hicks, he also said, we were super busy, 30-plus funerals in October at the Fargo National Cemetery, which is just north of town, County Road 20. Someone called and asked me where the cemetery is. But he's like, after the new year, I know we'll get busy again here. So, it's nice that we have this here for our veterans families as well.
I agree.
Close for them to visit. All right, well, how about a little bit of fun, bringing it back to Christmas. I had fun with this, and I want to do your name live. What is your elf name? We found this in Country Living magazine. This is what you do. Your first name is based on the month you were born, and for your last name, the first letter of your name. So my name would be, if I was an elf, Candy Cane Cookie Spice. I kind of like that. So
when's your birthday?
It's in March.
Yeah, mine too. I didn't know that it was in March. So I'm Candy Cane.
Why don't we have a dual party? I don't know.
Exactly.
So
and
you
the
would
first
be
letter of
Candy Cane and the first letter
Snowball.
of your first. Candy Cane Snowball. How fun
Which
is that?
Perfect.
I like that. I wish somebody would have had Buddy. I wish yours would have been Buddy.
Oh, that would have just been epic if I would end up being called Buddy. Because I do like syrup and sugar.
Even on your spaghetti.
On my spaghetti.
I love that. Okay, and it's Wednesday, and we want to show you some cute animals that are in need of a forever home. These animals are courtesy of Homeward Animal Shelter. Up next, we have a pair here, Miko and Ava. Miko is on the left, Ava's on the right. They're a bonded pair and are looking for a home together. I love this, though. I love the idea of, puppies that kind of can entertain each other as well. You have to know that they are energetic. They probably need a big yard to run around in. They love the snow. They'll run around in the snow. They love other dogs, but are really not really a fan of cats. They have been working on training in their foster home and are getting pretty good at it as well.
What's the one with the head tilt? Is that Ava or?
Miko.
Miko.
Oh.
Miko's just like, what's up? And next up, we've got Simone. Pretty perfect, pristine, pretty perfect and pristine. All the
she
words
is
to
pretty.
describe Simone. She's absolutely beautiful. She's a sweet 4-year-old little lady who just loves attention and being the center of all of the loving and the hugs. She's outgoing, sweet, and is sure to catch the eye of any of your guests. She's also apparently very polite, which is nice to know when you have a kitty cat.
Oh, yeah, great animals up for adoption there at the Homeward Animal Shelter. All right, stay with us. Coming up next, wings and rings, buffalo wings and rings. Maybe perfect for your holiday get-together, or maybe for the big game this weekend for the Bison, too. Stay with us.